Scott, we'll laud the performance in a moment, but how's Josh?
Let me get to him in 1 second. A couple things just on my mind real quick is first, congratulations to Kevin White on his retirement. I had him in Perth for a short amount of time. Class act, the family, everybody, so congrats to him. Obviously, this is a big night for Tim, and to honor him and his career has been obviously spectacular for this club and this group. So we honor obviously that. And then the kid sitting next to me, his 250 game tonight, and so there's a lot to celebrate in those areas. The other thing for me is I'm super, super proud of this group. You know, no one in their right mind again thought that we could ever finish in the top four. And proved a lot of naysayers again wrong, and just the grit and grind, the defend the island, the togetherness, and just going through our process. You know, we didn't walk into it, we earned it. And I'm really proud of this group and our staff and everyone involved with it. A hell of a win on the road anywhere you go, and these guys have been playing great. So quite dangerous game and quite costly for us. The Jets in some serious pain, and it's going to be probably not a good outcome for him. We're just hoping to rally around him and support him the best he can. But proud of the organization, the Jack Jumpers, and just everything that we've been doing. And again, to win 16 games in this league is no joke, and our guys earned their way through, and I'm quite proud of them.
Does Josh have to go straight to hospital?
They're calling right now and figuring out some things that have to do with him, but he's in a bad way, so yeah.
In the broadcast, it was mentioned it's a possible cheekbone. Is that your understanding?
It's something definitely in the face. You know, I'm not a doctor. I've just been in there with him. He's got ice packs on him, and they're trying to, get him to the hospital in the best way they possibly can.
And you just see it as incidental contact, unfortunate part of basketball?
To be honest with you, I didn't see the replay or it, and I think it's just part of the game, actually. You know, I broke my nose 9 times and got my teeth knocked out 6, and if you stick your face in the wrong places at time, the consequences are there, and unfortunately, sports are sports, and I don't think it was intentional by any means. I think it was just one of those plays that happened.
And added to the wind that got banged around a bit, we saw I think the bay to a finger and a lip, nothing too serious there. What about Quinn Steindl? There was some suggestion groin or hand.
Yeah, he came up a little lame also, so we'll see how he goes in the next 2 or 3 days once we get back home. Magna got a big shot to the mouth too, and his lip is quite large and painful. So it was quite an expensive night for us just in general. But the reality is it's sports, and you just do what you have to do. And these guys just continue to get the next guy in, the next man up. And again, just I think I'm more proud of these guys this year than actually last year, to be quite honest with you, just because of all the doubters and all the people just saying there's just no way. And for these guys just to stick with it the entire year of the ups and downs, like all the teams go through, again, and to win 16 games in this league is no joke.
Is there a different feeling this time around, Scott? Because there was a bit of a fairy tale of what you lost this year.
Well, I think the fairy tale was by the folks that thought it was a fairy tale. I think our group didn't think it was a fairy tale at all. You know, we went 15-5 at one point, and we were beating teams. We weren't, winning buzz-in breeders and doing things that were just out of the ordinary. We were just winning basketball games the right way. The fairy tale, I think, really for last year was that in the last week or two, teams started to lose their way, and we continued to win, and we got in that way. This year it's been obviously a little bit more fluid in one way, just because the season's on its normal track, and I think we've just grinded out enough wins in the right places at the right time. I'll look back on it and think that Cairns gave up in Kansas about 2 or 3 weeks ago was just a huge momentum one for us, and it's just exciting to finish in the top 4 in this league.
Is the confidence higher the second time around?
I think they're confident. Weeksy can probably speak to that better, but I just think our group is they just do their jobs. We're not always perfect. We don't always look great when we're doing it, but they just show up and they just continue to battle, and they're relentless. And I think the group is always confident whoever walks on the floor can produce.
Yeah, absolutely. I said it earlier in the year, it's a bit of a weird one. Like, we can be going into the fourth quarter down 14. I'm still super confident that we can come out with a win. So, yeah, we've always been confident in what we do. We work our asses off, and so do the coaching staff, and so does the whole club. So we just try and bring that into every game.
I realised that you played it. Remember being back here when you started sort of here and getting an injury replacement spot, I think. Games, that's been incredible. Right, how do you sort of look back on that?
Yeah, a bit of a crazy coincidence, but like Coach said, this night's about Tim Conrad and about Kev White. I was lucky enough to play with both those guys that year, And, they're tremendous people. They've been, pillars of this club for years now, especially Timmy. Kev being the captain of this club a long time ago. Him play 300 games and Timmy to play nearly 400 is just unbelievable milestones for those two, and they've been a cornerstone of this league for a very long time.
You got going from the word going in that game, guys, and what were the words before the game, Coach, to make sure that this was the result?
It's quite simple with these guys. I just want them to be themselves. We always ask these guys just to be themselves. They don't need to be great. They just need to do their jobs and compete. And we got to this game by accumulation of 7 or 8 months of work to get to this type of game, and then all that hard work is in front of you right now. We're one chance to really do something special and get into the top 4, and that was it. It was quite simple. They knew what their jobs were coming in here. There's no motivation. There's no screaming or hollering on the bench. It was quite calm in there, and they were just on it today and just on their jobs and doing it fantastically.
Is there a different structure you have for the boys now, knowing that the playoffs will be a tiny bit different with the top 6, not top 4?
You're probably asking the wrong guy about all that stuff, because I can't think fast of getting home tomorrow on Qantas if the plane takes off on time, which that's my first biggest worry, is to get home. And who we play, we'll show up and play them wherever we have to go play. These guys, like I said, will be wherever they need to be. We'll have a day off here and travel. We'll go enjoy ourselves at the dinner on Tuesday night and celebrate this 4th place finish, which, again, is nothing to sneeze at. And then we're on to the next game, and we'll see what's ahead of us.
Jarrad, as a player, has it made you feel when you hear the coach say that he's potentially more proud of you right now than he was last season?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. Like Coach said, last year wasn't a fairy tale for us. That was the combination of a lot of hard work, and it was the same again this year. Written off again, expected to come last, and to fight through, just coming in every day trying to win the day. And like I said, that work has paid off for us, and we want to go deep into the playoffs and win this thing. So it'll be see who we're playing next this weekend and go there and try and get a win.
And now the game's done and won, you can be really honest, but coming in here against a team with nothing to lose, with 2 legends to honour, you had potentially top 4 or maybe missing the finals technically. A lot to lose and potential there to be a little tight. How do you fear this game? Not fear it, but did you wonder how this game was going to go, really?
Yeah, it was definitely a danger game. I wouldn't say we were fearful coming in, but we knew the importance of it. Absolutely. Like I said, they went over and beat New Zealand in New Zealand. Obviously a great shot from Harvey there, but like I say, it's a free swing for these guys. They play with a lot of energy. They've obviously had their struggles with injuries and things this year, but they got a lot of guys, and especially at home in front of this crowd, they love playing, and a lot of guys step up at home. And I thought we had a great defensive game. We gave up some things, but I think for the most part we played our style of basketball, and managed to come away with the win.
Have you been any thought to how you're going to adjust without Josh, Coach?
Not really. I don't think really. Adjust is probably a word. We'll see how it goes with him. Our guys just fit in seamlessly, and we'll play whoever we need to play. And we obviously weren't in a tight game here that was important to us, and we basically played most of the second half without him. And our guys just know what they're doing, and they're trained to do the right things. And sometimes it's not always perfect, but they're there and accountable for what they're doing. And we'll just put the next man up. And be honest with you, Josh Majette would tell you the same thing. Saying here's just the next man up. He just happens to be out, unfortunately, probably. So it is what it is at this point. But it's a little bit of a sad moment for us also.
Jarrad.
Hey guys, congrats on the win. Firstly, hopefully Jet's okay. Scott, how are you finding Will Magnay seems to be really finding his feet and getting his conditioning back, and again, he was good tonight. How excited are you about him, I guess, going into the finals and where he's at? Yeah,
there's a lot of positives to take away from this year and the season now officially being over, the regular season. Magnay's one of them, that's played the last 17 or 18 games, and it continues to increase his minutes and his time on the floor, and his impact continues to get better and better. His training does too, and like I said, I think he's probably 60% of where he was last year, and there's a lot more growth with him, which is exciting. But I think it's a huge positive for us this season. The other one is Shawnee McDonald. You know, coming in this year, no one thought hide or hair about him, and now he's in our rotation and playing like a veteran that's been in the league for X amount of years. So we have a lot of positives going on with our group, and Jack McVay continues to impress. And you know, we did this all tonight, and without Rashad Kelly, who was a little sick, and so just the way we approached this game as a group was exciting from a coaching standpoint, to just know you can trust these guys to do the right things.
Is Rashad okay to return next game, Scott?
To be honest with you, I think he's fine. I just think we didn't want to travel with him and have him sick, and I'm hoping that he's fine. We talked to him today, and he seemed to be in pretty good spirits, so we'll see how he goes. We'll have to get him some conditioning and stuff going here, but we'll see what we do when we get back with him.
He must be through with Milton Doyle, his ability not to just score but create as well. Scott, he had 10 assists tonight, and if Jet doesn't get up and can't play, I guess Milton's ability to create and that for his teammates will be huge again in the finals.
Yeah, I mean, he's been doing it all year. He's been quite consistent just in his approach, and his demeanor on the floor has been incredible with our group, and he blends in really well with us. And he's a heck of a facilitator of the basketball, and can read and sees the floor, and gives us some versatility there at that two-guard spot. And he was obviously quite solid tonight and just professional about his manner and how he went about things. But, yeah, another really solid game for him.
Wexy, congrats on 250, mate. Is now a time you really thrive with your leadership? Obviously, playoffs is a whole new beast. Do you really enjoy this time of year and being able to lead the group?
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is why everyone in every sport plays, is to play finals basketball. So, like I said, back onto the training floor this week. And yeah, we see who finishes where and who we're playing and where we're going. And we trust the scout, and we trust all the work that the assistant coaches put into the game, and we go in with a game plan and we try and execute.
Thanks, guys. Congrats again.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.